you two whispering?
We're whispering.
Forever the professionals.
They'll never hear us.
Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the brand new TFI Friday live show. Ta-da!
Yay.
Look, I've done
Yay.
a small little thing as well. I've literally just wrote TFI Friday live show underneath. That will do. That's about as clear as we could get. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you made it successfully through the week. It's been one of those weeks for us, totally got ups and downs. Literally, it was like pulling our hair out at the beginning of the week, and the end of the week's gone quite good, actually. So, yes.
Yeah.
Good job. Are we okay, gentlemen?
Yeah, really good.
Yep, very good.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Friday. What's not to love?
Hold on, I've just lost my laptop.
Has it?
Yeah, my laptop's just gone off.
Uh-oh.
You know, he plugged it in.
Oh, I didn't think it was... I thought it was plugged in.
Is the power on at the switch?
Don't know. It's literally just turned itself off.
Oh, God.
Oh, hold on, it's coming back on.
And I was just looking to see whether we were plugged in. As saying.
Yeah, I take it we are live. Hold on, I've just lost all the feeds, that's all. Hold on, it's coming back. It may be that I unplugged it by mistake, because my thing, it's saying we're offline.
Intro. Hey?
Hey?
Nigel, have we just...
Sorry, that may have been me. It's saying we're all here. Hello, good afternoon. Can everyone just give us a quick, yes, we're fine?
Yeah, I think we're all right. Chat's just lit up again.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Can you guys hear us?
Can everyone give us a thumbs up? You can hear us or you can't?
Earth to the world.
Yes, all good, okay.
Yeah,
So we're all fine.
fine.
I think it was just my laptop decided to turn itself off and restart. So I don't know, but that drops and obviously that handles all the streaming side of it. But luckily, because it was just a quick thing, it's carried on. So good. No problem. We're all okay. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, no, it's going to bleep at me, isn't it? Go away. Dismiss. Thank you. There we go. Anyway, we trust you're all doing very well. Been a busy week this week, to say the least. We've had lots of stuff going in, lots of stuff going out. Been keeping the guys very busy. We've got more orders coming in as well, which might be alive during the show.
Yes, could be.
The one we've been waiting for.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers
crossed. It's,
Yes.
It's going to be delivered.
It's only taken 2 months.
Who's tapping?
Matt.
Andy.
It's his leg.
Has he got a twitchy leg? It's really loud.
It's his leg, it's him.
He's got a twitchy leg. Anyway, so if we do a quick run through, the whole point of obviously the Friday show is something very relaxed. So we can talk about anything you like. Obviously, we are live on YouTube. We're live, obviously, with the Flory family as well, into the chat room in there, and everything that goes along with it. So whatever you want to talk about, we can. Obviously, we do a little bit of building, and it was my battery had got on the laptop, but we are plugged in now, I think, because it's all right. I must have knocked it a bit. Panic over. So yes, we can do anything you like today. There's no rules officially.
Cool.
So that's
Brilliant.
it. Good job. So what we need is cake. Anyway, this week, various things been going on. If we just have a recap for everything, obviously, that you've seen or perhaps haven't seen everything else. So it all started on Monday. And that was part 7 of the SH60 build. Obviously, there's one that's ongoing at the moment with me right now. As you can see, it was all getting it ready for paint, basically. So final construction bits and pieces were going on in there. And then we were making our way doing the glass work, getting that installed into it, getting it masked up, and then just doing a little bit of seam checking and things like that. Generally okay. And a couple of little areas needed a little bit of filler. And that was very good. So that was basically the Monday. And then, if I can do it for this one, yes, we can. Look, Tuesday, we went to the Daily Show, which was my one, which I did during the afternoon. Obviously, it was just for the Flory family, so to speak, into that one. And we were covering all different things and talking about different, obviously, aspects of surface texture. So if you want to see that one, you can see that one there. It is available to watch. And really, I was just trying to explain the way that colours work with texture. So obviously when it's glosses, they tend to be a lot darker, and obviously flat coats, but also how texture will affect weathering, when you need the texture, when you don't, so forth and so on like that. And then we were just generally answering all the questions. So we had one about airbrushing seals, because we were talking about obviously seal sets and stuff like that and how easy they are to replace. So I did a quick seal change on one of my airbrushes, and I still think triple seals are useless.
Yeah.
I think it jams the actual needle when you airbrush. I don't think it's a pro. I think it's a con. So, yes, I don't know. What do you reckon?
I agree with you. I think it's a bit of a gimmick, if I'm honest, for an airbrush.
Yeah.
And I mean, my Evo that I was using on the Jag,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a run-of-the-mill Evo, and it is quite a new one. It's not the old one that you serviced and poured the thing, because that's still at home in the shed.
Yeah.
And what have I put through it? I put a bit of black primer through it and a few other bits, and the needle had stuck again. You know, it gripped on that back seal.
Yes.
Where obviously I used the Procon and I put the clear coat through it, which is pretty sticky stuff in it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Fine, nothing. So it must be obviously the type of seal they use, or the, you know, the material, because it must swell up with lacquer thinners or whatever, and just, you know, in like H&S airbrushes, and just grip.
It's supposed to be impervious to lacquer thinners, isn't it?
But why does it always stick the needle on them?
It does seem to be, because every time I go near any of my airbrushes, I have to put a tiny bit of thinners in to reactivate the seal to make the needle slide. Otherwise, it's just rock hard. But yeah.
I've got my Evo here because I did use it yesterday again because it was convenient. Oh no, it is actually, but you can see, you're not going to see that much on camera, but there's a ring where
you do get a ring on them,
where it's sit, and I've actually cleaned this out. I've actually stripped it yesterday for we were doing the show. I was doing it during the show.
Have you got triple seals in that one?
I don't know. I don't think these have got triple seals in these. These is just a standard.
No, that's it. If it's not what they call the CR plus one, it's just the normal.
Yeah, but
because I changed my Evo and put triple seals in it.
Yeah,
you have to buy the actual bit and then the seals, and you bang them in.
Has it made any difference?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I swear it's one of those things that you would think it would improve it, but actually I think it doesn't. It makes it even worse.
Sticky. That one's a bit sticky actually now, you know. Saying that's just typical live TV, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, it definitely will always be like that.
Oh, that's hard to just make yourself an idiot. No, it's all right. It's a bit sticky, but you know.
I must admit, I find the Procon doesn't.
Sorry?
The Procon never seems to have a sticky needle.
Yeah, that one's got a little bit of one. But sticky needle, we're back to that again, aren't we?
So we're not sticky needle. We need needle juice.
Needle juice.
Super lube. WD-40, whatever you want.
Just need a bit of 308, doesn't it?
Yeah. It is. But yeah, I don't know. But the triple seal thing, I don't know. I think it's just a selling gimmick.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Did you get a cover with your do from a bob?
Plastic.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what I've done with mine. I've had it so long now. I've had mine sort of 3.5, 4 years. So I don't know what happened to it. If I have.
Oh.
Yeah, go on. It's like a BB gun. Anyway, that was on Tuesday. If you want to go off and see Tuesday's one, just click in there. You can do it. Obviously, very similar to as you see us here. We've got this one here, and this was obviously the PM show. So as you can see, that's when we had the delivery of Great Wall Hobbies in and a few other bits and pieces as well. And that's the show where we talk about obviously models and general stuff that's going on with the PM store, what's coming in, what's going out, what's due in, the pre-orders and all the rest of it and stuff like that. And then in here as well, you can find the Jag, which isn't red. It's a very nice gunmetal.
Part 1, 2 and 2.5.
And 2.5, yes. So there's your parts into that one, so you can see those. If you want to catch up with those, they're in there. But obviously, it's all duplicated and sorted out in the forum as well. If you want to go around that way. Last night, obviously, we were all having such fun. I've had a good thumbnail look of all of us. Ha ha ha. So yes, look like you're having fun. So there we go. That was obviously last night's live show. So if you didn't see that one, you can catch up with that one right there as we make our way through on there. And then also we did the review of the models VIT, which we were discussing. Is we will be getting some in, won't we?
Yes, we will now. Yep. Definitely get some models VIT kits in because they are quite nice, especially the Mirages and stuff. And
Yes.
we'll have a look. I don't think we'll be stuck in the old range, but we'll cherry pick the best of what we think will be, you know, good sellers. And that will definitely be one of them. So we will be getting that in. So, yeah.
One of the members has emailed and asked if we're getting models VIT in, and I just said to him, watch this space. So obviously, now we are.
Yeah. The door has been opened, shall we say.
That's it. Once you've opened that box, it's very difficult to shut the lid. So that was up there. And then obviously up to date, clearly you've got this as you're seeing it, but also part 8 of the Seahawk is up in there. And then with that one, we're talking all things primer. So we're talking about preparation before you're going into primer. Obviously for the primer on this one is my sort of go-to primer at the moment, which is the a dirty bottle of. I'm sure I've got a cleaner bottle somewhere.
Sure.
That's what you can read. So this is the Mr. Primer Surfacer, which is not a million miles, like I said before, away from your normal sort of Mr. Surfacer 1000, but this is the primer version. If you read the spill, it says that it's got better grip. It's supposed to be slightly improved. I can't tell any difference, but in some ways it does feel better. It's one of those weird, I can't tell you why it's better or how it's better. It just seems to work a little bit better than normal Surfacer. And I've been using Surfacer for donkey's years, but I'm sort of sold on this stuff now. It just goes down. And if you want to use it, like I show it in there, it's with rapid thinners. Oh, it's absolutely mega. It just goes down beautifully. You think with rapid thinners, it would be quite rough and textured. It goes down literally like velvet. To give you an idea of what you end up with, if you get a green sander, the green side, if you feel that, that's what you get on that. So it's very, very nice. Works a treat. So, and that's it. And standard sort of 60-40 mix with that. So 60% thinners, 40% surfacer. Spray it down and you're good to go with that one. Then obviously we speak about putting the tail, how that's going to work. Obviously full color tail, masking it and various things for that one. So we speak about that. Then we go around with a couple of little bits and pieces on this one. And then I talk at length about obviously pre-shading, why I pre-shade, post-shading, and how I say that it doesn't matter which way you do it, we all love each other. We agree to disagree because the pre-shading brigade usually diss the black basing brigade and the back basing brigade say it's a waste of time. So, and then other people like Matt turns around and says it's a waste of time, full stop. So anyway, that's what we say. It's one of those parts of the hobby where everybody agrees to disagree on whichever bit you're onto with that one. Personally, I always do it. I quite like it and go through on there. So really, that's really then for the top coats. And then on Monday, you'll get the next part of it, which I'll obviously be talking about putting top coats of paintwork onto it. And then moving forward, we're doing the tail on those next week. So, yes.
Can I just say, there's no pre-shading on this?
No.
Or post-shading or anything.
I was going to say, you need some weathering on that.
Hey, let me finish it first. It's just going to get a bit of weathering because it'll look a bit too die-cast, I think. But
the thing is, though, it's such a nice car. You don't really want to weather it. It'll be like when I did the truck. I was going to weather it, and then I did it and thought, do you know what? It looks absolutely gorgeous as is.
I know. Do you know with the Audi that I did? And that's a rally car, so I could have weathered it. And you get to a point with a vehicle, because obviously you've built your motorbike and, say, the truck and the F1 car. Yeah. And just like, I've got a lovely shiny gloss finish.
Now you're going to ruin it all.
A load of stuff on it, isn't it? Dirty it. I don't know.
I suppose it's, in reality, how, with the type of car it is, how much would it have got?
Yeah, well, it depends how well used it was in 1960, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or is it a rebuild?
Yeah, original. That's the Series 1, I think.
Because if it was a 1960s car now,
it'd be rust.
That's
completely the wrong colour.
or it'd be in pristine condition. But yeah,
it'd be immaculate. Nobody dare use it. It's one or the other in there.
Yeah.
Or mid-restoration. I am determined to actually tackle a sort of a car kit, as in like a barn find, and weather it, do it properly. It's just when
put some hay and chickens in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mid-restoration and put a blue door on it.
Yeah. Oh, the vans were fun though, weren't they, to do?
Yeah, the vans. I enjoyed doing the vans. The vans were fun. That was the whole point. You can just, The great thing about those vans is because they're quite cheap and they're simple. You can throw yourself into the weathering because who cares?
Yeah.
And then you end up literally just having fun with it. There's no pressure. There's nothing like that at all. We just literally sat here and just prattled around for a couple of evenings doing them all, and they turned out lovely. Really, they still everyone talks about them when they see them and all the rest of it. They're very eye catching by just having doors different colours and the usual things to them and bits hanging off. So. Yes.
The shackles were off with them, like I say, because they're so cheap. It wouldn't really matter if you made a complete mess of them, would it? Really?
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that's not expensive, and that actually having the full engine and running gear and everything, you could probably do that as quite a good derelict or worn down because you could have the bonnet up and it has got everything there to do it. So, just while we're on, just to answer a quick question on forum I've just seen. It's by Border models, not Bronco models you want. I don't know if it's available yet. It is available in the Far East. He's on about the Crusader Mark III. And it should be readily available over here anytime soon, to be honest, if it's not here already. But yeah, it's Border models. Who do tools? Who would have knew?
Yeah. We didn't know until the other day. I know. We were going through it. It's like Border models do tools. It's like, hey.
Tools.
Yeah, weird, wasn't it?
That was,
definitely. Anyway, so that was this week what we were up to. As I say, next week we'll be pushing on with those ones as we make our way through. Matt will be pushing on with his as well. We're going to get part 4 next week.
Yeah, because obviously it was all about the paperwork, which is done. So when you bring your dingle dongle in, you can take that footage off and see what you can make of it and see if there's anything watchable on it.
And I can put music over it.
Yeah.
What, very discreetly, quietly? And the story to this is I got sent the thing. And it was like, what do you think? So I've got it on, and to be honest, I'm editing at the same time, and I've got Matt going, and he's doing a great job. And I'm like watching, obviously, one screen, and he's on the other, and and all of a sudden, there's like this. Suddenly, a fade of music comes in, and I'm like, the hell's that? Where's that coming from? Because I didn't realise it was coming off of him. So I'm like, I've got something open. I've got another window open or a tab open or something, and it's playing because it's very low and discreet. Then I'm like opening up the door. Somebody got music on, and then I twig because I pause it and it stops, and it's like it's him.
So if anyone's watched part 2 of Matt's build of his Jaguar, what do you think to my music over? Because I've left it so that you can still hear Matt spraying in the background and you can hear the pump come on and what have you. But the music's subtle. What do you think to the?
I think you ought to play the trumpet.
Have
a bit of jazz in the background.
I want some drum and bass.
Yeah, I think you need something a bit more upbeat. A bit of modern jazz or something else like that.
Yeah.
You'd be absolutely fine. So good. Right, okay, so a couple hellos to everybody. Obviously, welcome to a lot of the new people. If you are planning on joining Flory Models, we are open purely for non-EU members at the moment till we ever get that sorted out. But if you do, usual thing, shoot me an email at sales@florymodels.co.uk with your address and your full name, and I'll send you a login. The login will then get you into the forum where it will ask you to subscribe, and you can pay your £4 a month and do it that way. So it is up and running from that point of view. And I'd say lots of you have. So a big welcome to everybody that's been joining over the last couple of days. It's nice to have some fresh faces in the with the Flory family, I must admit.
Yeah, it is.
Nothing wrong with the old faces that are there, clearly, but, they could do with the dust. So, but no, it's really nice to get some new members in and get to new people and things like that as well. So it's been very, very good. Would you ever consider doing a giveaway? This is Merlin Models. Well, I could put Andy out for an afternoon. So, of washes, no. We do. We occasionally, we do giveaways and various things, but we're not like one of these shows that sit here and going to give away to, stuff like some people do, apparently. Oh.
That's not me.
That'll be my Amazon delivery of dog wormer.
Oh, lovely. Thanks
Rock
for
and
that.
roll.
It's a bit
Well,
too
we're
much
getting near that
information.
season, you see. It's it's me frontline for the dogs. So it'll be me flea and tick and everything because we're getting near that season. You all needed to know that, I know.
Russell, we can't sell Tamiya putty in this country. We can't get it because of labelling issues. Sorry. The only 2-part putty I think you can get is Milliput.
Yeah.
Is one. There are a few others, but the Tamiya one, no, we can't sell it, and we can't get any of the Tamiya putties either. The normal one, I think from what I can gather,
green stuff you can get, can't you?
Green stuff, if you can get that. There's a few out there. You'd have to Google it, but yeah, the Tamiya stuff, unfortunately not. I wish we could, but we can't.
We do ask.
We do. I think it's quite good putty. Do you want 2-part putty, or do you just want like a normal filler? Because the Mr. White putty and what do you call it? AK, and also
Revels Plasmo.
Plasto. These are lacquer-based ones, not water-based. Because I think he's had problems with Vallejo, the tube of Vallejo stuff. He don't like it.
Yeah.
Which is fine because
I must admit I struggle with it.
Yeah, I don't. It's all right for certain stuff, but
I prefer perfect plastic putty to Vallejo.
Do you know if I stand for a Procon? I've made a couple of it because what? What was that, Roger? I've got no idea what that was. Macvell. I wonder if there's a commercial one. Thanks. Oh, I think because his Macvell keeps hitting on the stand.
Yeah.
You can get them and they have a cutaway on them that allows for the Mac valve. My old one, wherever it is, I don't even know what I've done with it now. On some of them, it's just like a tube, and obviously it won't go. But some of them have a little, like a U shape in the plastic that allow for the Mac valve to drop in.
I just turn mine on the cock a bit, so it.
Because I've had it with this. You know what I did?
Yeah.
Did that. Check it out. I just wedged it in there on the thing, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing.
If you take the end off, Matt, the plastic rubber bit out of there. No, you don't need to do that. Take out the plastic bit.
Yeah.
And then it fits.
Yeah, but don't you get then that's to stop all the spray coming back at you, innit?
No, not a lot. Because most of it hits the plastic and goes straight down.
So I just have it on an angle anyway.
But look, that's perfectly wedged
or
in.
I do it that way. I just put it on its side.
Yeah, that's what I do, yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No. Just put it like a T shape on the thing like that.
Oh, I'm with you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I just have it on so it's on a bit of an angle. So no, not that much of an angle.
Like that? Like that?
Yeah, you can spin it a bit more. Do it, man.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Bit of ingenuity.
It's fine.
How do you have yours? Good morning to Paul, who is in Sydney. There you go, tomorrow's people. Robert says that he's done the Dora Wings Lysander 3 kit. Now, thanks to your review. Looking nice. Very good. Do you know what? I've had a few people mention that. So there we go. You can come back and tell everyone because I had a few people saying it was an awful kit and didn't go together.
Which one's this? Sorry, the B17?
The Dora Wings Lysander.
Oh, right, okay.
As I said, my defence is I haven't built it, but it looked good to me. But I had a few people saying it didn't, and I've had lots of people say it's a beautiful little kit, and it looked good. Yeah, when I did the review, it looked fantastic. So,
Les says, what about lapel pins for Telford?
Blimey, why we get fully suited and booted while we're at it? I'll have a tie.
so do I have to wear a cravat?
And
cummerbund
sticking out my pocket.
I thought we were good guitars.
Panama hat.
What? Invisible.
Nice.
To be honest, we do the little badges which we've given away for donkey's years now. They're like tiny badges,
Yeah.
and they do go. So it's not like a pin badge; it's a traditional. Because let's face it, lapel type badges are expensive. So we just have the little mini ones. I haven't got one here actually, but I know loads of you have because a lot of the members wear those around Telford and things. You know, secret handshakes with the Flory members.
Isn't it?
You know, going along, one trouser leg up, one down.
Might be a sponsored logo t-shirts.
Get Flory models.
Are the Evo seals Teflon? Yes. Well, actually, they're Nomax if you want to be totally thing. But yes, they changed them over about 15 years ago. So if you've got black rubber ones, get yourself a new seal set. They haven't done rubber seals for donkey's years, but when I first had mine is when they were transferring them over from rubber seals to Teflon or Nomax as they are properly. I call them Teflon because I was told they were Teflon, and then they told me no, they're not. They're Nomax. And it's like, well, make your mind up. So,
what's the difference? What's the difference?
No idea.
I've got no idea. I'm
No
not
idea.
either.
I just use them.
They're probably brand names of the same thing.
Probably.
Teflon.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're obviously good seals because they work, don't they?
Oh yeah, they do work. Yeah, I've never had, like I've said before when I was doing it, I've never known paint to come backwards. I know some people do, but in my entire airbrushing career, I don't think I've ever had a seal fail and had it coming down the trigger or anything. You know?
Not even on the.
Is that people who block and squirt though? And
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah. I've got 4 of them, Nigel.
building the War of Percival.
No, really. But you say you haven't. Everybody's had my classic A-frames kits. You've got me Gannett. Obviously, me Hudson's up for auction.
Martin Baltimore.
I think you do that though, don't you? Do you need the classic A-frames one? Because I thought Special Hobby reboxed it, or somebody else reboxed that kit. Don't know. Could be wrong.
That's what else we got in here. Any news on the Takum 1/16 scale? Was that Weasel Toe?
They've gone dead quiet, Takum. They seem to be got in bed with Dad's works at the minute, don't they? And,
yeah.
They're reboxing some of their kits. Don't know, to be honest. Not heard anything. Like I say, Takum was all on, and now you get not a lot out of them.
Yeah.
So no, I've not heard anything. The only 1/16 stuff I hear from is Classy Hobby, is it? You know, we had the 1/16 Stewart, and they do a look. Is it the little
Luke's or
however we pronounce it in German? Sorry for German pronunciation.
Another one mutilated.
As usual, isn't it? I can mutilate English, so other languages got no hope, have they?
Good afternoon to Annette. She's saying hello to everyone.
Hello.
Jeff says, what's the overall quality of the Models Vic kits like? I have to say, like I said, if you haven't seen the review, have a look at the review. I was blown away by it. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was.
Are we talking Armour Hobby here?
No, Models Vic. Oh, no. Armour Hobby Detail. It's not as crisp.
Comparison.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's as good as Armour Hobby. Purely because I think Armour Hobby, it's not just the parts which are really nice. The sprues are very nice. The layout is very nice. And also the colour of the styrene, which you shouldn't take anything, but it's quite a matte finish. So they just look really nice on the sprue. It looks like a bit of CAD. Where obviously with the Models Bit one, the sprue has sink marks in it. It has bits of flash on the sprue. It's quite chunky and old-fashioned in that sense against something like Armour Hobby. But the parts themselves are very, very nice. Again, the riveting detail on that tail, I think, is finer than what you'll find on Armour Hobbies. It's proper small. But then, it's been brought up to me. I was talking to one of the members and we were discussing it. Is there a point where it can be too fine? Because when you put a coat of primer over it, you're going to lose it. And I would say that's getting close. Luckily, though, with modern paint, my point was if you're using a modern thin lacquer paint, the chances are it will retain its detail because when it dries, you'll still see the thing. But if you're using perhaps a thick acrylic, you're probably going to lose a lot of that detail.
So you're all on to the, the thinner coats of paint and build it up.
Yeah.
Because you were saying, I know we've, obviously you used the AK colours before, and you said they're really thin.
Yeah.
And they take a lot of build up. That's the acrylics. And I think the MIG are the same, aren't they?
Yes.
So really, they'd probably be ideal for it because you have to build them up gently in thin coats so you don't bury your detail, where obviously me and you were just blast it on.
Yeah, I think, again, when you're into the very fine detail, you do need to sort of, as I say, have the thinner coats, build it up very gently, don't you? Because otherwise, if you go in with something like a 50-50 Tamiya mix, I think you'll lose the lot. It'll be too thick and,
Do you think then that's, like you say, pushing it too much?
Yeah, and that's, to be honest, I was talking to one of the members about it, and that's what he said to me. He goes, "Do you think there's a time where the riveting detail, even from a scale point of view, it will be impossible to work with?" And like I did say, that would be a classic example where if you tried to brush paint that, you would have to really know what you're doing, because you will lose all the detail because it is that fine. But that's no different really to an army hobby or a 70-second Edard kit and things like that, because the detail is very, very fine on those. But so yeah, we've spoken about this, haven't we, when we've spoken to Airfix, and their point is that if you go too fine, for what gain are you going to get from it? So they do have a point.
There is a sweet spot with 70-second at least. Like with panel lining and stuff. There is that sweet spot where it works, and if it looks in scale or as much as a panel line will, but it'll take a wash. You're not going to lose it, be sanded and stuff like that, because there's a trench one, and then there's some that are that fine. They just sort of
I mean, like the
either fade away because of the moulding.
I mean, the Airfix from 10 years ago were
big. They were Matchbox from the 70s. Big. They weren't that big, but they were quite chunky, weren't they? Like the MiG 15 one, wasn't it? Yeah. Which is a shame, really, but obviously they've learned and they've progressed, which is always good. So. A frog kit. You ever built a frog kit? Novo frog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever built a frog kit?
Do you know what? I don't think I have.
I don't know if I
Unless it's a rebox of one of theirs, and I haven't known, but I don't think openly or intentionally I've ever built a frog kit.
No, I don't think I have. I've had a frog kit because I had the Herald. Handy Page Herald, which was a really sought after kit, but I think I've auctioned it. I've sold it. I've had it a few times.
Was that 48th Ulster I built?
48 Ulster? That's not frog. They didn't do 48, they were 72nd. That Ulster was AZ or something, wasn't it?
Was it Sword? Could have been.
Sword, AZ, something like that. One of them weren't frog. I don't know. I don't think they were bad back in the day if you compare them to.
I know I nearly built the Shackleton a few times. But...
That was that's the old Shack's frog kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never been that to bite the bullet on that.
That desperate.
Yeah, I've never been that desperate in my life to feel the need to build that kit. Funny enough.
Because that's my favourite one, the MR3.
Yeah.
And as soon as there was rumours that the new one was coming out, I was thinking, oh, God for that.
Yeah, it is. But yeah,
So
a video build.
Could do.
Good afternoon to Brett from High Altitude Hobbies. He's on with us.
Brett.
I got your order, Brett. Leave it with me. I'll sort it out over the weekend. Do we have any plans for when PM Models emerges from the visitor lockdown? God, you two better tidy up then.
Yeah.
And price everything.
The warehouse at the moment resembles a bomb site.
It's funny, I've just said to Leslie, because Leslie's said, "Oh, I'm coming in tomorrow. I've got some Vita," says I am, because I just want to tidy up. I need to hoover up out there and just generally have it's just a tip. It's an health and safety hazard, this place at the minute. It's good job it's just me and Andy. It's, but to be honest, when we've got some more thing, then we'll sort out what we're doing and how we're doing it. So, I mean, we really want to get the open days back up and running, don't we?
Of course we do. Yeah, the big plan is we want to get the open days done. That'll be the first port
and get people back in and stuff. We'll decide on where we're going and how we're doing it when we definitely know we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think what we'll be doing to start off with will just be doing the, sort of the meetup ones, isn't it? And then we'll slowly start to undo or get the click and collect going again and those types of things before we eventually get back to normal.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going off this year by the looks of it, so we need to just get our heads together and see what's best for everybody, really. So,
Okay, so Ray says, can you thin enamels with white spirit?
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Because isn't it like white spirit enamels?
Well, it's terps, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
it's the same family, isn't it? Andy, you know this. Why do they
call it mineral spirit in the US?
Yeah, they call it mineral spirits in the US, isn't it?
Is it white spirit or terps over here? Which is the...
Mineral spirit made out of
Minerals.
Oil.
in mineral spirit similar to. I
God.
thought mineral spirit was similar to IPA.
There's terps in it. Somebody's going to shout up because obviously we've got US people on, but in that they're equivalent to your turpentine or white spirit over here. I presume mineral spirit and white spirit are the same thing, just a different name.
Yeah.
Terps is a bit harsher in it. It's a bit rougher.
Yeah, I thought Terps was the rough stuff, wasn't it?
Or is Terps just a brand name? I've never known that.
What's the purple stuff?
Oh, that's I've got some of that meths.
Is that meths? Yeah.
Methylated spirits, isn't it?
That is it. Yeah.
That's stuff you can drink.
Can you? I wouldn't recommend it.
And die with a really.
Well, that's why they put the purple stuff in, doesn't it? To make it poisonous. Well, to make you throw up and the smell and.
I wouldn't want to drink it. Why would you want to drink meth?
People used to.
It's like drinking
I've never felt the need personally.
No, not really. I'm not sat on a park bench thinking, we've run out of Mad Dog 2020. Let's
that's it.
Meths.
I could have 500 ml of meths from B&Q.
The White Lightning's just run out. What can we use?
So people will drink anything.
They will. I agree. But no, don't know.
Okay, what is the best ME262 kit in 1/32 scale?
Actually, I'd say the Revel.
Revel, yeah.
The Trumpy one's good. But actually, I would probably say the Revel one.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe this is just getting...
You can probably get more
mileage
stuff for the Revel one now as well.
Yeah, don't go for the old Asagawa one, for God's sake, because I think that's the old Frog kit. Because they did some 30-second stuff, some old stuff. But, the Revel one's pretty good. You've got one?
Yeah.
Here it is. There's mine.
I took it home, yeah. It's sat in the living room.
So that's the Night Fighter 2-seater version, and then him, Nathan, and John have got a single seat normal A1 something. I don't know whichever one they do, but good kit, that isn't it?
Again, I know it's funny, isn't it? Because we take the piss for literally the last couple of years out of Revel for all their dodgy crap and pricing and stuff they bring up. But when you get through the chaff, they've got really, really good kits, that's a really nice kit.
That's why we bash them, because we know they've got good kits in the locker.
Yeah,
that come out occasionally, and yet we get some dross in between the good stuff, isn't there? That's the thing.
I think all of the modernish 30-second stuff. I mean, if you forget the Mosquito,
Bowfighter, they're from the 70s, but
Corsair,
even like the Mustang, the Spitfire, the Mark II, like I say, the 262, the F-190s, you've built that as well, and that's all right. And I mean,
really nice kit.
For how much they cost, you can chuck some aftermarket at it and not really break the bank and have a really pretty good kit, can't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And the thing is, that's the nice thing with their kits as well, is that they're not engineered in a way that using aftermarket's a pain in the ass, because they're quite open inside. So it's easily to drop in, like that one with the cockpit. When we did the 190, it had everything thrown at it. It's easy to put them in. It's not like a fighting job, but you can just pick and choose what bits you want. So, no.
I mean, I've done the Rebel Mark II Spitfire.
Yeah.
And all I did was put a Yahoo instrument panel and some HGW seat belts. It looked cracking. I mean, to make it even more difficult for myself, I sprayed it in extra acrylics.
Well, you know.
Just as a bit of a challenge.
Well, I mean, you've built their 30-second 111, haven't you? And I've done their 219, is it? The owl, the big one up there.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're awkward to build. They're not hard to build, but they're awkward to bloody handle and paint. That's the problem, because they are quite big, aren't they? I think that's where the 30-second side of things.
And I'm doing the Arado one, so.
You've got the Arado.
It's just cleaning.
It's funny, we're all going Revel kits and that bashing like
they always just seem to have, it just flashing seam lines on everything, isn't it? You
but I think, again, going back to the Jag, bit of time cleaning up and just a little test fitting like I did in part 1. And actually the fit's really good, they're pretty much perfect. You just need, and I think, but we've had it with Airfix, and I think Airfix are the same. You need to deburr them.
Yeah.
Just take a bit off them, and the fit's good, isn't it? If you just chuck them together, you're going to have problems.
Yes.
Because the tolerances are
it's
really
all to do with the clean-up, really. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Revel are the same. I think their tolerances are pretty good, but, you just need to spend a little bit of time with a bit of clean-up. So.
Bit of finesse.
Apparently, by the way, just looking from our chat, mineral spirit and white spirit are the same thing.
Right.
Terps is the rough end, the undistilled stuff.
Right.
It comes from, apparently it comes out of a tree.
Does it? The terp tree?
Well, I read something to do with tree resin or something. Hold on, let's go back. Somebody's obviously there you go. Look. Turpentine is derived from distillation of tree resin.
Oh, there you go.
White spirit, mineral spirit is white spirit. There you go. Oh, we learn everything. This is.
That's it. Every day's a school day.
It is here, isn't it?
Speaking of which, Stefan says, have you realised that you two sit together, the camera's autofocus is in the middle, so you guys are still blurry? I don't know, they don't look too bad.
You don't see us anyway.
No, that's it.
Did you go manual focus it?
Look, to be honest, they've just bought themselves a card as well for doing the white balance and all the rest of it. We'll get it all set up properly next week. See, look, that's crystal clear, that Jag. If you put a smiley face on it, it'll lock onto it.
I did turn off face detection because I thought it would just follow one of us, not the other.
Yeah, or have a fit. Whose face to go for?
The brand one.
Right, where are we? Sorry, I'll just catch up with some of the questions in among here. Hold on, there's loads of questions. Hold on.
We're looking at a 15-inch laptop screen that's 2 meters away from us.
I should got your reading glasses on to see that.
Too far away.
Can you see it?
Too far away.
I can't pronounce your name. Is doing a Revel 70-second scud beat. I can't believe how good it is. Okay, small and fiddly, but otherwise it's a nice build.
I don't think that's their kit though. I think it's Sylvester's.
Oh.
I'm sure it's a Reeboks, that one. It could be, I think it's Sylvester's. Don't quote me on that, but I'm sure it's not their own. Revel 132nd Rafael. You can't get that for love and money, can you? That's a proper rare kit to get hold of. It weren't out for very long, was it?
Which kit's that?
A 32nd Rafael. They did one.
But that's the old prototype, wasn't it?
Yeah, it weren't the in-service one, but
No.
say it's an old kit to get hold of. The thing, like I say, the Eurofighters as well, isn't there?
Eurofighter's all right. Again, same thing. Just needs cleaning up.
Yeah.
Tweak the.
No, leave it. Don't touch it. It's will go off here.
What's that? You want to play with the camera now?
Oh, I just want to play with the camera. We can't. We're on here. You have to wait.
There you go. Robert's saying his first ever kit was the Mirage Frog kit in 1978.
Oh, God. I know Novo took over the moulds, didn't they? They sold them to Novo from Russia, I think it was. I used to like the KP kits.
Why?
Because they did all stuff you couldn't get over here at the time. It was all the Russian stuff that was like when back in the 80s was you got a blurry picture of it in a book. You know what I mean? Here's a MiG-23, but you couldn't tell the MiG-23 because it's just a really blurry small picture, or a MiG-25 or something.
Is that why the plastic always looked blurry then?
Yeah, all the clear parts were shocking on them. But that must be the beginning of like the Czech Republic, because that's where they were from. KP, weren't they? They called, of the modelling industry from KP. And what was the 48th ones called? Who did the 48 Frogfoot and stuff first? Because it weren't KP, it was another company, weren't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh God, yes. Because it was somebody else. Then it went to Capo, wasn't it? And then
they changed the name all the time.
And then it went to another company. Because who's doing it now? There's another company's got them now.
It is KP, but they've got the full name that I can't pronounce.
Oh right, there you go.
No, OEZ. That's it, Peter.
Yeah.
OEZ did it. No smear. No smear.
Smear. What?
It's like Schmursh.
Schmursh.
Isn't it? It's like a Bond buddy thing.
Okay, Gary says, stupid question of the day, but why is the Airfix Buccaneers ST Sioux are the wingtips entirely done in clear parts where they need to be painted dark sea grey?
Because of the wingtip lights.
Yes. The way that they've done it is you've got lights at the front and rear of those, if I remember rightly. And then obviously you've got different wingtips for different versions. Apparently the wingtips weren't, well, there's an aerodynamic problem with them, wasn't it? So they reverted back to the old type with the newer versions. So some have, some haven't. They got retrofitted.
But from a kit's point of view, when you get wingtip like separate, they never fit. They look
No,
rubbish.
Yeah.
So from I think it's a good idea for me fix to mould the clear, and then you just mask the tips off that's already integrated into the tip or the wingtip, and then just paint the rest of it in.
Yeah.
Ours were all right. Ours turned out.
Ours turned out all right. Yeah. No, happy with them.
Bit of masking fluid, yeah. Even the masking fluid worked for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's not too bad. It's to me, it's like Tamiya doing the cockpit windscreens in the full
all
section.
the way through. Yeah.
With the thing, and you ain't got the join.
Yeah.
You've got a clean break, haven't you?
So there are talk about in here. So yes. So which is surgical spirit then? Oh God.
See, surgical spirit, that's rubbing alcohol, isn't it, or IPA?
That is, yeah. That's like a disinfectant, isn't it? They use it for when you give you a needle, don't they? They use it to wipe, you know.
And the bed sores and things like that.
Yeah. Ooh, that stings.
Very good.
You get that in your sores,
makes
you know it.
Quick. If you put that on your
Yeah, that'll make you wince.
Yeah.
And cleaning resin parts, 3D printing parts.
Yeah, it is. Is that all you can use then to clean that, or is there something else?
There is other things you
Couldn't
can
you use a degreaser?
You can, but it's.
Because I can go down and buy like car degreaser from in bloody litres of it for nothing.
I mean, IPA is normally cheap, isn't it? It's only because it went expensive because everyone was using it for hand wash.
Yeah, I suppose.
And with IPA, you can sort of like use it, leave it out in the sun. The resin reacts to UV light, so it then sets. Filter your IPA out again. You've got clean IPA. So you can keep reusing it.
Yeah.
Until I keep forgetting to tell Sharon, she just chucks it away.
Oh God, no wonder your tub's going down then. If you just keep spinning it.
What have you printed recently?
Some baskets for a VC10.
Really? Is that the last time you used it?
Hey.
No, it's been used since. Sam was using it for his A-level work when he was still doing his A-levels before they decided they weren't going to go to school.
So we ain't got Mandalorians yet, have we? Amazon's here and there. Go and get Amazon.
I'll go get Amazon.
In a minute. Amazon's arrived.
Yeah, see. Good job. Any tips for mottling without an airbrush? Ooh, sponge.
Oh, God. Ooh.
Sponge and dabby.
I tell you what, it's probably how they did it back in the day.
It probably was, wasn't it? Yeah, a mop.
A mop. Just grab it on with a mop.
Only I haven't done it, but I have seen people literally. You have a small bit of sponge on, like, you know, tweezers, on your locking tweezers or whatever, and you just have a tiny little bit of sponge on the end into your paint. So it's like dry brushing, and then you literally just touch it and go around and do it that way. Again, because mottling is supposed to be faded and, you know, thick and all the rest of it, it's one of those ones where it's a little bit tricky. It's tricky enough doing it in an airbrush, let alone, you know, by hand. Oh, look, and a live unboxing.
We've got one of them.
Another
Which is
box.
a what?
A box within a box. Oh, the ends.
What's that?
Release ends from the airbrush.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, mega. So I've only got one here, and I keep having to.
How many did you need?
I only ordered one lot.
Right, we've got a box full.
Hey, I've got
On sale, quick releases.
Buy one, get one free.
Spares.
What else we got? What else did you order?
Yes,
Say
what
what,
else you got?
dog worming.
Don't be dog wormer. And it might be a box of 48 Cadbury's cream eggs because they were on offer.
Were they? We could have told them. I've ordered them as well. Oh, me and Andy could have shared them in the pig out this afternoon.
Got the knife.
Yes, I have a scalpel. Scalpel? Yes, talking of stands. I forgot I ordered that.
What is it, an airbrush stand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ. With all due respect, I've got a couple of them here.
Oh, well, I didn't know. They're only cheap, aren't they?
Quicker from Amazon.
Yeah. Ah, it's a good job. He's off. Where are you going?
Yes.
There you go.
He's going to get them all out. Yeah, but you've got a load of paper. Hey? Oh, yeah, but I can't clamp anything to the table.
Oh, right, yeah, with this one, you could just, if you wanted to, double side tape it straight on.
There we go. Oh, look proper professional now, look. And they don't fit. They don't fit with the blooming ends on.
Oh, that's pretty.
There you go.
Oh, I can't keep the protector on.
Oh, you got that?
That's to go on to that thing so we can put his camera on it.
Fair enough. Right, okay, what else have we got? Have you guys seen the new Airfix 135th scale tanks?
Yes.
Yes. Well, we've heard about them, not seen them.
We're not got none yet, but we're looking forward to getting them.
Yes, definitely are.
Hopefully
it won't be too long.
Pre-order on the PM model section of the Flory forum.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently Roger's put his Procon stand photos on the forum. There you go. We're not on the forum with Roger, sorry, we're on chat.
Yeah, we can't get on.
We can't get on the forum as well, we'll blow up the system.
Nice.
So I'll have a look after that, eh?
Nice.
I managed to snap some blades yesterday.
So you can't put them with the caps on it, can you?
Not really. I managed to snap. That pinged off on me. I managed to snap one of them, but this is one of them that are horrible to get off. How long that is? It's a proper scalpel.
So bits of blades flying around there, is it?
I was about to say, I'm looking around thinking.
Oh, I've done it, I found it. No, it's alright. It landed actually on the little extractor.
Alright.
I don't know what I was prizing. I was prizing something which you shouldn't do, but hey ho. Down there. Yep. Hello, those things are ideal for Procon. What, these? I suppose you don't need that cap on because it just slides through the end, doesn't it? Like that.
That's no.
Keep that in there. And then I'll wonder what it's for in a month's time.
Yeah.
Bin it. Is it the pre-order for the Cromwell's closed though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because well, we'll hopefully be seeing them soon. Like I say, we're overstocked anyway, so we'll have some in. That's quite nice, though, isn't it? We're gonna that on there and that on there, and wow, we'll be in super macro mode, Philip.
If it
That's
goes,
it.
We're that close, you'll not be able to know wandering.
it's with it being far enough away.
You've even got the gauge. But whatever that means. Is that just
The angle of your dangle.
Is that just a gimmick, is it? Oh, I really need some reading glasses, man. I can't see thing out these things.
Merlin said, will we consider doing a full brush painting build? No.
No.
Yeah, do you know how many years it took me to learn to airbrush?
Hey, hold on. I will do one.
What, on a figure? Yeah.
On a figure.
Yeah. It took me a long time to learn how to airbrush. I was definitely not a natural at it. So, yeah, to go back to, painting, it would be a nightmare.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Kudos to people who do it, but not for me anymore. Oh, look, Nathan's arrived. He must have finished.
Is he in chat?
Yeah, he's in chat.
Have you any plans on building the Pig Model's 88-inch shell? As I thought about putting weight into replicating the shell. Yeah, I must admit, I thought about sticking some sand in the bottom. Give it a bit more weight.
What about concrete?
Or you could, postcrete it. So stick some of that in and add water.
Postcrete. Like, what's postcrete?
Yeah, well, it's instant, isn't it? You just add it.
I know what it is. It's all right.
So, I probably would, to be honest, because if I was going to use it and do one, I'd have it as a doorstop. Because it'd be ideal for that, wouldn't it? So you'd need a bit of weight in there, either fill it full of sand or postcrete it or something. and away you go. But yes, I have got one here, and the reason Matt hasn't had it back, because I am planning on doing it. I will build it because I think it'd be an interesting weekend build or something.
We do have the King Tiger ones in stock.
Yeah, we've still got the King Tiger ones, and I think at some point we might get the T34s in, because that's for the next ones, isn't it? Because you've got a Tiger one, haven't you, Shell?
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you know?
That's Tiger one, yeah.
Because it says on it, I think.
Does it? No, it doesn't. It just says 88, like that.
That's the smaller one.
No,
King Tiger
it's
one's
the
bigger.
LP56, the other one's an LP65 or something for the King Tiger. I don't know about looking.
It's a big one.
It's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Can you just show Adam the sailor? Sorry, Adam. Where the auction is, because you don't know. Because we've not been through our auction lots, have we, for tomorrow?
Yeah.
So when you're in the 4M, up here, if you literally go to live shows,
Sort like the policeman off LOLO.
if you go to here, and then in here, Andy has done it here.
Sticky in it, really.
Look, I'll sticky it now, look.
Stick it on the front page.
So it's been stickied now at the beginning. So literally, if you just click in there, and then it has them all in here.
There you go, look. Look at that beautiful lot, apart from that red box.
So yes.
Some good stuff
All
in
for
there.
tomorrow night, 7:30.
Yeah, don't be late.
Don't be late. So yes, some nice stuff in there.
Yeah, there is.
Very,
You could
very
grab a
good.
bargain.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, look.
Very nice.
Nath has just put the link up. Thanks, Nath.
Oh, there you go.
Just mention again that because we can't post to Europe, please no European bid, because it's going to cause us problems. And if you're in America, Australia, New Zealand, etc.,
anything further, it's going to be expensive.
posting is stupidly expensive. So I need to sort postage out for somebody already that's messaged me, and I've not replied back to you yet. Sorry, I will do. We just need to try and sort something out.
I say you bid at your own risk if you're from abroadish.
Postage
To be honest, postage costs.
Because flights aren't going anywhere. Well, no, not the flights are going anywhere.
They said they weren't going
Flights are, yeah. Well, because aircraft aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, the amount of cargo that's being sent around the world is diminished, and it's
just gone up.
Yeah, put prices up.
Oh look.
We're looking at now about 3 times the price it was before pre-COVID to go to America.
Mad, isn't it, really? Think about it, but I suppose it's the way of the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
But yeah, it'll be fun and laughs tomorrow, won't it?
It will. We'll have a giggle. They're saying about Postcrete. Trust me, it won't be a problem with that. That's ABS plastic. It's not styrene, so it ain't going to split. It'll be fine. I know what people are saying about Postcrete because it heats up because it's a chemical reaction, but it's literally, that's proper, like a drain pipe, thicker.
Oh, they're on about the thing, the 30-second helicopter Cobra.
What, the new one?
Yeah, from ICM.
Oh, yeah.
Which we said should have been 35th, but you can't have everything.
No.
But,
so we need to get that.
It'll be nice if it's as good
Up for pre-order, do we?
as the Academy 35th one. Are you off scare?
Yes.
He's off scare.
Where's he going?
I
Do you need
don't
the
know.
loo?
That's what I thought.
He's just on God.
Is he off to empty the radiator?
No clue. Perhaps it's going to fit me new engine to my car. 2-minute job on a Beetle, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It's only 3 hoses.
What are you one of them for?
What's he getting?
Bloody 88mm shell off a King Tiger. It's an L71, there you go.
That's
right.
the King Tiger one. Which if Phil goes into the
Me?
miscellaneous section on the
Is that where
website.
they are, is it? In miscellaneous?
Yeah. Can't even get into shop. Can I?
See, because it's long, isn't it?
Where's the
Oh,
myth?
the on pre-order, Martin. The Cobra will.
So there you go. It's in here.
There you go.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Bigger than the Tiger 88.
Had a bigger gun.
Isn't that the armor piercing version then?
I have no idea. This is not a toy. Apparently.
And it's not a
From PE and ABS.
It's not a toy, and it's not a toy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know with the thing on it, to be honest. And they're always.
Yeah, in the APCE, like armor piercing,
Could be.
high explosive at the end.
Could be. In German.
In German. So it's bound to be just the same.
But apparently at a 50% greater propellant charge
Oh, there you go. So it goes a bit more speedy.
than the L56 one. So that's
Yeah.
from Chris.
Right.
So it goes a bit quicker.
That is from a King Tiger.
That is a King Tiger shell, yeah.
Yeah.
Connie's
It doesn't,
Tiger.
doesn't actually say on it, does it? It's him saying that.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I said they're doing the thingy ones, aren't they? The T74 shells
Yes.
or whatever. And presume they were the same as the KVs. I presume they had the same guns on them. So, yeah.
Good afternoon all. Leopard 2A4 getting back into the hobby after a long time. A lot has changed, so recommendations on a good kit, please.
God, depends what you're into.
Well, is he on about a leopard or a leopard?
A leopard.
A4?
Oh. Meng,
Meng.
Hobby Boss, do leopards.
Yeah.
Who did all those ones where it was like 2 in a box thing, wasn't it? 35th scale.
2 in a box?
Yeah, back in the day. Was it Meng did it?
2 in 1, do you mean?
Yeah, they were doing like a 2-in-1 type in boxes, weren't they? I remember doing the review of it.
On a leopard?
On a leopard. I'm sure it's something like that. Hold on. Let me go and have a look.
They've done it on cheap.
It was a Canadian one and a
Yeah, I think it was.
A Mexus.
Mexus, yeah.
I don't know. Never known that. Not from Meng.
Perhaps it was somebody else then.
Tackham the 2 in 1. They've done They have done a leopard. They've done the Mexus leopard.
The main ones,
Sure
I
they
say, do pretty much all from the beginning ones to the A1s to the newer ones, whatever the newer ones are called.
I don't know what they're on now. I don't know where they've gone. Yeah.
There it is. Where is it? There we go. That one.
So it is Tackham, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's the Tackham.
Is it a Canadian one?
You can't get that no more.
Oh, right. Okay, look what you could have had back in the day.
Yeah, again, it's the thing with Tackham.
Yeah.
Main ones are very nice, though.
Yeah, the main ones are good.
Yeah, go with Meng. Meng's good.
Yeah. Right, Samuel is put. How do I bid on the auction? So if there's anything on the lot, you can pre-bid by sending Andy here a PM to say how much you want to bid and what items. Or tomorrow night we have the live chat on like you're on now, and we'll, you bid on that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you can just go back to the auction bit, Phil, and show people how to PM, because I think people might not know how to do it.
So if you want to PM Andy, hold on.
PO box.
Send a self-addressed sticky down letter to. Okay, so the easiest way, if you click on Andy, which is click on his logo, and then you can go email up here or message. And if you message him, you'll get a little box park up, and you can put obscenities to him and rude gestures and pictures and things and everything.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah, don't troll him.
But if you just put in your...
So yes.
The easiest way is if you put the lot number, so say lot 1, what it is, just so there's no confusion between lot 1 and what you're actually doing, wanting to pre-order, and your maximum bid. And I will then bid up to, so if it starts at £10 and you bid £50, I'll then bid in increments up to your maximum when people are bidding on the auction.
While we're on that, by the way, it's increments of how much, because we've had some that's bid like
Oh yeah, only if you're doing pre-bids, please only send in whole pounds.
Yeah. No
Not
50p's or...
Yeah, we don't do 50p's and pence and all that crap.
Or down to pennies and stuff that don't count. They get deleted. It's pounds only.
And the increments that we go up to on the night will be decided on the night.
Yeah.
Depends how we feel.
Tenors.
But normally we'll start. If it's say Matt's kit, I'll say to Matt, right, what we're starting at, or Phil will say what we're starting at. We'll start at a Krugerrands. It's not Danger Mouse. It's PM models.
It is.
That's nothing to do with Danger Mouse.
And they're saying in chat there, what does the PM stand for in PM models? And they are right, because the guys are saying it's Phil and Matt. Phil and Matt models.
Aren't we original?
So yeah, we thought we'd keep it real.
Keep it real. Keep as it is.
They weren't allowed to use MP models.
No.
Yeah, we thought about calling ourselves Tamiya. TM models. We'll call ourselves Revel.
Revel. God, yeah. Into trouble again.
Here we go again, round 2.
We could go back to Pro Modeler.
Yeah, that's it. We could now. It's available again now.
But yeah, I'll bid on your behalf up to your maximum, and we'll explain it all on the night anyway.
Yeah.
We'll make something up otherwise.
No, there is rules and regs to it. We'll Andy's obviously put a load of stuff up there, ain't you?
Copied and pasted.
Yeah, but it gives the right rules and regs.
With a well seen mistake that I didn't see.
Yeah. Oh well.
Apparently, we ought to call ourselves Pam models.
Pam.
Phil, Andy, and Matt models.
Yeah, but then we put money into it.
We could be called Pam's people.
Pam's people, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we can't quite do AMP, can we, models? Not like the gun.
Increments of £50, 50 quid.
Yeah, that'd be nice, if you want, Gary.
That'll do.
That was last time.
Especially on my stuff.
Everything that's on there is either Matt's, when it says Matt at the side of it, or it's
PM's.
PM model stock.
Yeah.
And some of that has been reviewed by Phil, so it's worth twice as much.
Well, it's been touched by my fair hands.
That's it. You'll start signing the boxes.
Well, this is it. Well, just scribble over the top.
Then
they'll be in the damaged box section.
Straight all over the instructions and the decal sheet.
Yeah, that's it. I'll sign the decal sheet for you.
Yeah, that would be down well.
I've ripped off the Danger Mouse logo. Who's Danger Mouse?
I don't know who you're on about. I've never seen
Danger
it.
Mouse? I've never heard of Danger Mouse.
Before my time.
Yeah, don't know. Never heard of it. When adding detail for engines on aircraft interior with wire, is there a chart to help you determine what gauge wire to use? For example, on a 72nd scale model, I should use what gauge wire? This question, I tell you, it's one of those funny ones where when you think about it a little bit more logically, it makes more sense. But there is no gauges because wires are always going to be different sizes, like hoses and stuff like that. It doesn't matter if you're dealing in 32nd or 72nd or anything like 35th on here. You're just trying to get a representation of what that type of one is. But there's no hard and fast rule. You know, there is if you wanted to. I've got my little scale thing here, which will tell you the scales of them. But it'll be like, for instance, wiring in here is so thin, you wouldn't be able to use it. You wouldn't see it even on wires. So you need to go a little bit bigger to make it seeable. But also, by the time you give them a coat of paint, you're going to make them wider. So it is a little bit difficult to say exactly what it is. But yes, I've got my little chart in here somewhere for these things. If I've got my eyes in.
Danger Mouse was a kids' TV cartoon series circa 1890s.
Was it?
Still never heard of it.
No.
I would have only been 10. Yeah, 80s and 90s, you know. Infants, juniors, and high school, senior school. Danger Mouse. I don't know.
Danger Mouse, Danger Mouse. What? No, I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Look, no joke, Phil. We auctioned the Ammo King Tiger on Facebook group thing that was going on, and he's signed by Mig, and it's sold for over 2,000.
Did it?
You got a Sharpie, Phil?
Yeah.
Can you forge? Hey, can you forge Mig's signature?
You have to wonder how much you would charge on a commission, though. If it only sold for 2,000.
Yeah.
Well, just I'll just do my maths on commission days and stuff. That's not a lot, really. So.
Let's have a look. Took him about 3 seconds to sign.
So it was a ready-built kit.
I don't know.
I thought it meant like a box.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a kit that he'd signed like a box.
Oh, right. It just says that the auctions King Tiger. I don't know. Perhaps it wasn't built then. I'm going to say. Thing is, signed Flory Sanders. There you go.
He'll do that tomorrow. You always start off with a sanding stick to start the auction off to make sure the leg's good. So
This is it. Shall I sign one? Look.
Just sign it.
I'll sign it. Hold on. I've got my little white thing here.
You know that photo of yours? Hey.
Is that a used one?
There we go. Signed used one. That's it now. A genuine used signed Sander.
I'll tell you what, let's bid on it now. Let's see how much we can fetch for it.
Hey, look, some people sell knickers and things like that. I could get you spitty tissues from when I did the weathering wash. You know, wasn't it what was a Thingy's chewing gum back in the day? Got pulled out of a bin and sold for how much?
Who's chewing gum?
Was it Britney Spears chewing gum or something? Somebody peeled it out of a bin and sold it, wasn't it? Yeah, look, I need a Sharpie like Trump does. Go around signing everything.
Did.
Are you going to be stocking the Kinetic Sea Harrier FRS-1 again? We will if we can get them. So hopefully we'll be getting some soon. But they sold out very, very quickly. They came and they went. It's like Andy in the night.
Where who can tell him?
I'm going to pick that up and drink it. And you know what's in there? I know. Just
we did have.
Keep looking at it for a drink. I'm going to move it.
We had 2 in stock for about an hour. Earlier on in the week.
Trouble is, we didn't get a lot out of our stockists this time because they didn't have a lot. To be honest, I don't think they had them in and gone out. We'll get them in again because it's it's a Harrier, isn't it?
It is. I've got one. I've still got mine here. I cradle it like a See, he doesn't know I've got them here. I cradle it like a little baby.
I've got one.
Okay, so we have got one for sale, peeps.
Well, we have
we've got 2 left there.
Look what you could have.
Oh, that's
My precious.
Your corner's still stuck.
Yeah, amazingly.
I've got to re-stick mine with hot glue.
Oh no, it's not. It's going. Look.
Yeah.
Yes. Look, precious.
To do it nowadays, do they? Seems like they've obviously done better.
When are you going to tackle that one?
What, this year with all the others?
Well, I don't think it'll be this year, will it? Because you're a bit.
To be honest, like Matt's got up there. I did the FRS2, and that's up at PM, and I've always wanted to do that one to go next to it. And I'll probably have a shout now at doing like a GR3, and I'd like to do the T-Birds as well, 2-seaters.
Scott said he clears out a Sea Harrier. Sorry, he had a T Harrier and a Sea Harrier.
He just did the Sea Harrier, I think, Scott, didn't it?
Yeah. Someone had both, didn't they? Someone had a Sea and a T.
I don't know, from that many orders, they're all blurring into. All I can see is F-15Es at the minute. That's it. It's just blurred into Great Wall lobbies.
Where do the auction kits come from? Well, the store.
Yeah,
the
literally all of
warehouse
them.
normally.
Yeah.
So what happens is obviously we get damaged boxes and things like that. So we auction those off, and then obviously the kit review ones get auctioned off. And then sometimes, like Nathan, I think's got a few in. Matt's put a few of his personal stash in there as well. So
Yeah.
Andy, well, if we could pry it
I
from
have-
his
He has
sweaty
done
hands.
before.
I put some of my gems in there.
You did. You did reluctantly sell some of your kits. Was it last time or time before you did it?
Time before, I think.
Was it?
You just should let us in there. You know, you leave the house, we'll put you in a car, send you to a hotel for an afternoon, for a spa, and let us loose on your stash. And then come back, be like, you know, one of those sort of makeover programs. Look at all the room you've got, Andy. Look, you've got places to hang your clothes now and everything. Those stash.
Like Lucas has just whipped through his room. It's been brilliant.
To be honest, if I was ever going to rate anybody's stash on this planet, it would be Andy's, because he's got nothing but quality in that. He's got some really nice kits in that.
No dross.
He's got no dross in there. It's proper good stuff, you know. So
I did say that if we were short of kits this time, I'd put some more in. But thankfully, you got that stuff at your place.
The best thing is, like, when we could move around, obviously, I went to see Nathan when we did his, and he did say I had a bit of free reign to go through the garage, through his stash, and tech, you know, and he was pretty good about it.
Look, all I can say is...
And he can return the favour to me when he can come and see me, because I actually did struggle to do my own stash. I thought I'd be get rid of it, but...
There's some things I'd sell, like...
Like what? Name one. Name one you'd definitely sell that's in your stash.
No, so some things like Shell and Sam.
You can't sell Shell, or she'll starve.
The sell my kit idea is definitely dead. There's plenty of auction sites on the net. Go and flog them on that. But we can't. We've been through it all from a legal point of view. The way the VAT works and stuff like that. I don't know how these other companies do it, but we can't. It's a simple, not legally.
Yeah, it's a lot more complicated than when we first...
Yeah, we thought it was just a simple job, but it would involve, you know, opening separate bank accounts and holding counts, and there's legal requirements for that and all these different things. So it's not something that we would want to go down that road. So we've sort of knocked that on the head, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because...
The easiest thing is stick your kit up in the buy and sell section on the Flory Forum. They'll go.
Yeah. I think people forget about that bit.
To be honest, do you know what? I went in and cleaned it out this morning. Because obviously we put a thing in there. We keep it fresh 14 days. And if you want to find it, look, I'll show you. It's in here. There's not a lot in it, because I must admit I emptied it all out. So what it is, it stays there for 14 days. Then after 14 days, I delete it. Unless you sell it already, and then it'll get deleted. You let me know and I'll get rid of it for you. But obviously we've got the buy, sell and swap area in here. I think there's only 8 in here now. But literally I just went through and we got rid of them all. So it's people looking for, obviously, with the wanted area, and obviously guys selling stuff. There isn't much, to be honest, because I did go through it this morning. But you can pop your stuff down in there and just post up there.
Just while you're thinking there is rules. You have to be a member for how long and do how many posts?
Yeah, we do have some terms and conditions, because we did get caught before. So if you just have a scan through here, God, it's in small print. I can't read that from here. So yeah, you have to have had 30 replies. So we know you, in other words. So it stops people just joining up and just doing it. So you have to have 30 replies, as in like talking points on your thing. And then obviously there is a few more down in here as well, which means you have to be a member for so long and various things. But it's all pretty basic stuff. And like when you sell as well, you can't sell as a gift, because there's no insurance then with PayPal, and it just covers you as well. So you can't put up in there cash only or as family and friends sale. It has to be a proper sale. So that way everybody's covered.
Yeah.
And you can't sell in there as a trader.
Yeah, obviously you can't sell in there as a trader or anything else like that. So.
Oh, right. Sorry. Russell, perfect plastic putter. He wants a water-based filler. Perfect plastic putter's the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, this one's solvent-based, so you don't want the plasto one, because that is solvent.
Yeah, if you want perfect plastic putty, brilliant.
Everybody rates it.
Yeah. The problem I found with the Vallejo stuff is once it's gone off, it's gone hard, and you can't really hydrate it with water.
Right.
When it's perfect plastic putty, it goes hard, and then you can rehydrate it with water, so you just get a cocktail stick, and then just.
Oh, I've done that with the Blair one before. We hydrated it, and it's come off.
To come back off. Seems to go weird on me.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or the AK one is water based as well. Both the AK ones, the grey and the white, are water based, aren't they? The acrylic, yeah. Because I've had that thing where the other Thursday, yeah, they are definitely. So yeah, you've got a choice. So you've got perfect plastic putty, or the AK ones are in there, or water based. Go and have a look on the box if you don't believe me, because you don't. I can tell. There's a question in there. They are acrylic based putties, apparently. And take your tank shell with you. So what's next step then on the helicopter?
To be honest, she's pretty much done. Rotors have got to go on. That'll be next. So the rotor system will be put in. As I say, today I put in all the windscreen wipers, the aerials, that tricky one which is right in the middle of a clear part, which is a nightmare to put in. Little static pressure gauge thing, that's in. Wing mirrors are on, pitot tubes are on, aerials are all on. And also I've done in Heart today, I've done all the wiring for the tail rotor, which looks a little bit like, if I can find a camera, is in here. So you can just about see it, but I've done all the wiring. So it's got the safety wires and the normal hoses and powers and everything else like that. So that's all been done as well. So that one's done. And I've popped round and put some gaskets in the windows. Like I was saying the other night, it doesn't look right without them. So I've put those in now. So from the inside, they don't look like plastic butting up against plastic. So you get the black seal on the inside, which is a little trick I learnt courtesy of Posca pens. Just put a bead of Posca pen round the outside, and that makes it look like a rubber seal. So when it's mounted up, it doesn't have that plastic look to them. So, yes. So, yes, works an absolute treat.
Is that it now then for your pens? You're going to draw under a piece of glass to get a...
Yeah, so to be honest, I did it in... We'll be careful picking these up now. Hold on. But these little windows here, you see how they're in? They've all got them in. So all the clear parts now, I put the seal around them, and then I use, obviously, just normal... PVA glue them into place, but that way you don't get that sort of funny look all the way around the outside, so it makes them look like they're actually properly gasketed in and sealed in. So
no, it works. I know what you mean, because I've seen people use it on cars, car windscreens and stuff. I've seen a guy on YouTube do it with that, and it does work. He uses like a Sharpie, I think he uses, same principle, isn't it? And it especially in the scale you're working in as well, needs it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that little line up there, that little guy just here, it's a tiniest little bit of plastic that goes into the clear part, and it's like, oh yeah, how are you going to glue that in then? So, yeah.
With a bit of clear varnish. There's a thing here, I've missed it now. Oh, God.
My only thought about those two.
Right, just got to do this before it goes. Just a quick one. Once crystal clear is dry, can it be polished?
No.
No, because it's like a
PVA goes
rubbery.
Yeah, it doesn't ever go rock hard. It can't be polished because it never dries rock hard.
You could if you use one of those thingy pens, ultraviolet.
Oh, like the
if you use the old Bondic stuff, you can polish Bondic.
Yeah,
because that's resin, isn't it?
Yeah, but they are polyurethane based.
That's water-based then, isn't it?
Yeah, but when they're dry, I reckon they'll go
rock hard. They are hard. I've used them. Bloody solid.
I don't think you can clean that up with water afterwards. You can when it's wet.
You can't. I've tried
when it's dry. With that, you can clean up with water after it's dry.
That AK is actually not bad. Filler. Yeah, it depends what you want. Is it like want to clean up with water and a Q-tip after, or a cotton bud, or you're going to sand it? I don't know. You'd have to think of Russell's asking on here. So,
Ryan says he's been dealing with airbrushes when you lot were in infant school. I doubt it. You know how old Andy is?
I just look young.
That's it. He looks young.
I look good on the outside. Internally, it's
falling to bits.
Yeah, it's falling to bits on the
I had to
inside.
listen to a conversation with him and Leslie earlier about their ailments. It's like being in a bloody old people's home.
It's that old one, isn't it? But it's very true. It's a bit like when you're young, you have a left and right knee, don't you? When you get older, you have a good and a bad one.
And shoulder and hip
That's it.
and ankle.
I tell you, I felt pretty good today. I actually ran to the chip shop
Did you?
and ran back again with them.
Good job. It's only across the road.
Literally across the car park. Calling on the way back from picking the engine up because Leslie rang, "Well, we're for dinner."
It's about 20 yards.
Well, that's not for me nowadays. I've got to say, I keep looking at buying a rowing machine, but I don't know what to get. I won't know one end from a rowing machine from the other, but I do feel like...
From experience, get one that will fit underneath your bed, because that's where it'll be.
Well, it's going to stop here.
So that you can hang your clothes on.
In that, like a running machine and a bike. Turns into a clothes horse.
I buy a COVID jab on Monday, didn't I?
Yes.
We're due ours, aren't we, Philip?
Yes, we're due ours some point in the future.
No, we're next, aren't we?
Are we on the list now? Oh, good.
It came up on my BBC News feed today that 25 to 30 are next in.
Oh, are we in?
It's yours, then.
That's us then. Sorted. To be honest, out of most people I know, I'm literally the only person who hasn't had it now.
Right, thanks. So you know me.
No, that's it. Yeah, all right. Me and you. Is John had his yet?
Nathan's not had his.
Yeah, Nathan hasn't.
No. John has it? John's not had his.
Yeah, John's not had his,
No.
How's John not had his?
Yeah, he's with the over 85s, wasn't he?
I don't know. Don't know what next. Don't know.
See, Andrew's had his. Yeah, we'll be called up next.
Yes.
So.
What can you use to clean up the excess of poster pens if you go outside the lines? To be honest, I don't. If I do happen to go over, I just usually repaint over it. But I think there are enamels will move them because we did this, didn't we?
Well, it's acrylic, isn't it? So
It's
if you're quick,
you can just wipe it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you can literally just rub it off. It's quite strong stuff. It doesn't come away, but you can scrape it and scratch clean it as well. So it's great for like being up near clear parts because you can just literally rub it clean off of it. I haven't actually had a thing where I've needed to put like a thinner over it to get rid of it or anything. So I've never
I was
had that.
about to say to Russell, sorry, Phil, for interrupting. He said he's 59 and still had it. You need to contact your GP or somebody because I think you should have had it. Because I know my mum was 81 when they were first. She never got a call to do it. My sister had to ring up and make her an appointment.
Yeah.
And tape her, and then she got it.
And it's not at risk, but I think they've gone out of the risk categories.
Oh no,
now
they're just doing age groups, aren't
So
they?
age groups now. Yeah, I am at risk, which is why I have mine. But my wife saw it on Facebook, I think, saying that my group was due to go, and yeah, she just put my appointment and I went. She took me because she didn't believe I'd go. But then about
Did you get a sticker?
Yeah, I got a sticker. Yeah.
He got a sugar lump as well.
2 days later, then I got a text message saying, "Please book your appointment for your chapter thing."
And look at you afterwards. You were proper ill.
I was ill for 2 days. Yeah, I feel fine today.
Yeah.
To be honest, my other half, when she had hers, she was proper ill.
Tuesday,
wasn't it? I think.
Tuesday, Wednesday was
Yeah.
a bit rough, wasn't it? Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday was here, wasn't it? Yeah.
But no, my other half, she was proper ill. She literally had the jab at about 10:30 in the morning, and by 5 o'clock she was freezing cold. And then she had the sweats about a couple of hours after that. It was proper rough for sort of 48 hours, and then it's been fine.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same, Peter.
How
Yeah.
did your mum react to hers?
She was fine. She just had a painful arm. She had the other one. Tam's had the Oxford one. My mum had the other one, the Pfizer, whatever it is. Yeah, she just had a bit of a sore arm for a couple of days, but
Yeah.
no side effects apart from that.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same, Peter. I was in the army, fit as a fiddle, and then everything drops. Everything dies.
Everything fell to pieces.
I think it's from overuse, I keep saying.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's Gary's thing, and I think that's what my mum said. She was just tired with it. She didn't feel ill. She just sat down and she could just sleep. But I don't know if that's just because of her age as well. You know,
Yeah.
so people thinking it sit down and nod off. But
I felt tired,
she's pretty active.
and then the middle night, between the first and second day, I felt proper rough.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what. It might not even anything to do with it. I just felt rough. Hot, and
psychosomatic.
wow, there you go. I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah, don't know. We'll see. I'll tell you when I get mine. Won't we, Phil?
Yes. We'd be all right.
Head in bucket and toilet and all that. Terrible, dying.
Oh,
Oh God. Jesus. Oh dear. Not good.
Yeah, so make sure you all go and get your jabs. We're like the Queen, so we have to say, get your jab.
Yeah.
My wife was reading something on Facebook that she was reading out to me and said that somebody had been for their jab and they got back and then realised that they couldn't see very well afterwards and they've got blurred vision.
Yeah.
So she phoned the place up where she had it done and said, yeah, come back, you've left your glasses here.
So yes. But anyway, the guys are all talking in there saying they're getting them, definitely.
Quicker we get them, the quicker we can
Shows
get
what
them
Getting back out and about, isn't it?
Yeah,
What we want.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Be good.
Definitely.
Apparently, Ange's heard by somebody from the RAF.
Oh,
From Macon, just said.
very
So
nice.
nice.
Quick one here. Dave's just saying, he's put up on the forum, if we start getting back to normal again, are you thinking of putting any modelling courses on the calendar for the back end of the year? That's the sort of plan, but as I say, because of everything's very much in the air at the moment with how it's all going, I don't think we're going to be in a position to make anything concrete or say anything or anything else like that. We will literally see how the rollout goes, so forth and so on, isn't it? And then
I think a realistic thing, because obviously it won't, because I've been living on about airbrush courses and stuff here, that we've mentioned. It will probably be next year because we're going to have to take bookings and organise it.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be last minute, to be honest. And like I say, we're just playing this year by ear, I think, and just get through it. But next year, all being well, yeah, we're definitely taking bookings and airbrush courses and everything we plan to do in here, really, won't it?
Yeah.
if you can fit in.
No, we'll sort it because that desk we'll manage.
What I was thinking of.
I'll do it upstairs.
Yes, we're on the mezzanine.
When
Bring
you
a
do
coat.
it in summer, like the summer upstairs.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, what? Yeah, Darren, they're doing it with a picture, Darren, and you're never going to see it because they're doing like 200 or something. They're doing it with a poster, aren't they, or a couple of posters on about the Desert Bay thing that's been released.
The limited edition.
Like I said, if we see any in the UK, it'll be a bit of a miracle. I just think you'll have to get them straight from them themselves. I can't see distributors having any.
No.
Not with a number. What did I say? Was it 200, 400?
I'm sure it's 200, isn't it?
It's not a lot. So don't get excited, peeps, because
They'll sell that through their own.
I don't know. Yeah. You need to get in touch with Edward, really, I think. Again, we've had that discussion, haven't we, about it being re-released. It's a bit cheeky.
It is a bit cheeky. You know,
I know
technically everybody bought what they thought was a limited edition, and now they stick a poster in it, and that allows them to flog another 200. It just seems a bit weird, that.
Well, yeah.
Quick one here. Mr. J says that he's just sold his Tamiya 48 scale Lancaster this week. Do you think that the HK models one will be better or far better? At the end of the day, it's 50 years younger. So I think hopefully there's been a lot, even though Tamiya is properly up there, you know, bearing in mind it was developed in 1972, that kit, released in 73, you know, the way that it was done would have been probably just at the beginning of the computer age. So, you know, I imagine that the HK one should knock the socks off of it. But if you go back and look at modern kits versus old kits, even from really good manufacturers like Tamiya, you know, like we've said, the modern kits knock the spots off of them. You know, if you look at like the Trumpeter F14, which came out a couple of years ago, and compare that to Tamiya's F14 30-second scale, a lot of people say, oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's not. The Tamiya one's really, really old and showing its age because it's quite plain on detail. It hasn't got the detail that obviously that one's got because it's a lot newer kit. Riveting detail, obviously recessed as well versus raised, is a completely different story. So I would say it's going to be lovely. And if it goes anything like their B17 did, which I've built, I should think it'll be an absolute showstopper. It's a kit that we've all been wanting to see for many years, and now it's finally here.
For you, right? No, talking of the Tamiya kit, right? You know, if they'd have done a bit of retooling, not redoing it, they'd have still had the upper hand with it.
Again, this is one of those ones where
modernised it a little bit. I know, but the thing is, I think we got into you're in the same case of the Vulcan for Airfix.
Yeah.
Well, they're selling it. Why do we need to invest in it?
Yeah.
But surely, from a bigger picture point of view, for 50-year-old kit, even if they got to like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I think, well, it's now 20-odd-year-old, say, redo the wings and a few other bits. Do you know what I mean? And you've got a newish, modernish kit. You know what I'm getting at for not retooling it completely.
Well, there was always the rumour that was going around about 10, 15 years ago that they were going to retool it. They were going to redo it. And there was all these rumours going around that had been down Hendon again, because that's where the original one's based off, is the Hendon bird. And they had been all over it and crawled over it and got special access and, and all the usual bits and pieces when they were over here. So a lot of people got, quite excited about doing a retool. And there was this big rumour going around there was going to be a retool one and it'll correct all the issues that kit has got. And it has got some, as in the blister on for the bomb aimers was going to be redone. The tyres were going to be completely redone. The weight, because obviously the one at Hendon's got the brackets to hold it together to take it off so it sits correctly and all these different bits and pieces. And it just never happened. So, let's face it, I think it's going to be light years ahead. I'm not being funny. If you look at the B17 compared to the monogram one,
like you said, it's the difference between a new kit and a 50-year-old kit, or it's like the difference between Phil and a newborn baby, or Prince Philip and Phil.
Yeah, this is it. Yes.
That's how much 50 years of wear and tear does to you.
It is.
There's 50 years between Phil and Prince Philip. Prince Philip, you're about. I'm thinking Charles. No, there is. Yeah, of course there is. Yeah,
Prince
sorry.
Philip,
Getting my royals mixed up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
So because I've built, you're saying about the upgraded bits. I've built it as well. So I think it's Paragon Designs did the bomb aimer's bubble for it, and also I think they did the rear turret for it to get the correct height and the various bits and pieces. So as I say, there's lots, and I think I have the wheels as well for the different tyres and the various bits and pieces. And it did make 4, and I did build 4 or 5 of them as commissions back in the day, and it still looks a lovely aircraft, and it's got the correct shape. Best thing about that entire kit, though, let's face it, it's got a pre-painted canopy.
It is, I do.
Which actually, I tell you what, the amount of times, because you'd have to mark it, so you put the canopy on it and mark it so your camo wraps into where it is on it. So it's like shit, slightly off. I have to redo it.
I suppose. Yeah.
What paints have they used to do it though? Tamiya or
Tamiya.
So they've done use their earth brown,
dark green, wasn't it? I think they used. I think when I matched against it, their green was 61.
They do 61 and 52.
Yeah.
Not the right real colour, is it?
No, it's not dark curve because that's just earth brown or something all similar.
So
I don't know about the thing though. I mean, Les has put up here about the argument about Tamiya doing a Beaufort from a boat. I mean, the Beaufort is really iconic. A Beaufort's a bit left field, isn't it? I can't see that being. I know ICM are bringing theirs out, so everybody's happy now, aren't they? So you got like Airfix are 72nd and ICM's 48th one this year at some point. But I mean, a lank's a lank, isn't it? I wonder if they looked at it and thought, we've got no mileage out of this, we can't go anywhere. Because they've done the Grand Slam, haven't they? They've done a Dam Busters and they did a normal bomber.
Yeah, they did the 3. They did the Mark 3, wasn't it? As you say, they did the Tall Boy version. But also,
Yeah,
if you remember, they did a motorised version as well.
Yeah, I mean they've had the mileage out of it.
Yeah.
To
Oh,
speak
yeah.
for itself, a billion times over. But yeah, looking forward to the HK one. It's good, nice surprise when it got announced, and obviously.
I wonder how much a 48th Tamiya Lancaster would have been new tool.
To do one now, do you mean? Or?
If they bought one out,
Yeah,
how much money it would cost?
Yeah, you're going to be just under 200, I reckon, for them
I'd
to
say
do it.
200 quid.
Yeah.
Easy. Because it's going to be the same size as the Mozzie, innit?
Mm.
Second Mozzie, if not a bit bigger, would it be? A little bit bigger? Or roughly the same? I can't visualise.
Maybe about the same, yeah.
And that's 200 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I reckon that's what I was basing it on, the Mozzie, you see, so...
I think you're looking at 200 quid. So 120 quid full retail on the HK one, which is what we've worked out is a downsized 32nd one, so you've still got most of the detail, is it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad price, to be honest.
200 quid for the Mozzie.
Yeah, look, we've got the thing. Look, 131 pieces will be available from the Edard web store. There you go. So you get in there quick, peeps, if you want one. You'll try for one, Andy. See if you can get one.
Yeah, go on, Andy. You need one for your stash.
1st of March, apparently.
Oh, is it?
I tell you what, you're not telling me their website's not going to crash. That's like when they open tickets for Glastonbury or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Or any other big event and they just crash.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's only for Bunny Club members as well.
Probably is, actually. Yeah, you ought to check that, Brian. Is it for Bunny Club members? I bet it is, yeah.
Yeah, probably. That's how they get around that.
Yeah. Blimey, they'll fetch a pretty penny if they ever come up on the second-hand
I
market.
think I paid about just over 100 quid for my Mosquito from a company called
Pair models.
8 Ball
models.
8 Ball Models.
Yeah, I got them cheap. They were cheap. They just, yeah. Well.
That's a long time ago, isn't it?
Oh, that's the man with IVs on in a van. And
Oh, is that our order come through?
I don't know.
Do we have a live unboxing?
We might have.
We might have.
I think it's 10-year-old kids.
10-year-old kids. 3-month-old kids. Ooh. I don't know. Keep an eye out, see if it comes around this way. Hugh Hefner did have a bunny club, you're right.
He did.
Not very PC now, though, is it?
No.
No.
No, you can't do that like we used to.
No.
Ooh. Stop.
No. Stop. And a DC9. Where's that come from? I don't know. Let's just put in a DC9. What, did you have another DC9? Probably did. Like he was shorter a bob or two, was it?
Do we think we'll ever see the Wing Nut Wings version?
No.
Can't imagine Meng taking it on. It's too big.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we'll see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, it might just be too much of a stretch, I think, for a company to take it on unless you've got big, deep pockets and a lot of faith.
Matt says now you're the official PM car builder.
No.
Don't you fancy trying to build and say a 112 F1 car?
No. Oh, look, he's just gone off in time. The screen's just gone black. Do you know what? I'm not into F1.
I have 7 in my collection, mostly Tamiya, and they were a joy to build.
I just don't. F1 cars and F1 in general don't do it for me. I'm not that bothered. To be honest, it's like a nice Porsche. What's the Porsche up there? The big Porsche, the Martini one.
Martini Porsche, yeah.
935.
935.
Probably more appeal to do that.
Tamiya. Is it a Lola?
No, it's the Matra, isn't it?
Matra.
The Matra and stuff. But I mean, we've got a Ferrari that is, I don't know if that one of them's upstairs is a Tamiya one or the Protar one, I don't know. That one of the customers that comes in, he lets me display them upstairs. And they're brilliant. They look really nice. But Phil's more into F1, and you're more into F1 than I ever will be. It just not really floats my boat, to be honest. I don't know if I would enjoy doing it.
As they say that golf is a waste of a good walk, Matt thinks that Formula One is a waste of
good fuel.
Good fuel. Time.
2 hours of my life, or however long it's on for. I don't know, it's just a session now, isn't it?
No, it's not.
No, better now. It's going to be even more interesting next year with the new cars. You have to drive now.
I've watched it.
22 grown men kicking a ball around the bloody field for 90 minutes.
It could be worse. It could be IndyCar just going around in a circle.
Yeah.
That's it. That's upset that lot.
yeah.
Sure. I don't mind watching IndyCar.
No, nor do I actually. I quite like IndyCar as well.
The NASCARs are nuts.
Yeah, but all I ever seem to think is, am I watching it for the crashes?
Yes, I know, and I think that as well. That's exactly what I think. I like NASCAR and stuff like that, and touring car, because it's like watching stock car racing.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the crash.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think motorsport, obviously, there's a safety aspect to it, and for obvious reasons. But I don't know.
Does F1 use methanol? I don't think they do. I think it's a high octane.
Yeah, but they're very strict on the fuel now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because Ferrari got done for it a couple of seasons ago for dodgy fuel.
That was for using too much fuel, wasn't it? They would have got the way their injectors worked. It was like putting an extra
boosting, extra drop.
Yeah, he had a little bit of fuel extra.
It's like they're on steroids.
Yes, basically.
It's the 100 metres, you know what I mean? Let's inject a bit more in and we'll go faster.
The thing with F1 cars is that they've got very good aerodynamics on them, very good brakes.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah.
I mean, engineering's amazing. Don't get me wrong. Engineering's just. I think with F1, I've noticed, obviously from when I first watched it, and I think it is. There's always one dominant team, and they're dominant for a long time. It's like Mercedes have been. Ferrari were dominant for quite a while.
Williams were back in the day.
Williams, Renault was dominant.
Yeah.
Red Bull was sort of
McLaren's
dominant for a few. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the ones that are out in front, like Mercedes, nobody's near them. It's not even nobody's touching them. And I find that with F1 over the years, there's always like the McLaren team. Nobody could get near them. So you've got the two fighting it out between them when it was Prost and Senna until they crashed into each other.
Yeah, but it's not.
And I think it's been like
they're not the only 2 or 4 cars on the track, are they?
No, but then you're watching the midfield thing, it's about winning a race to me. If you take your pot, you want to win it. You don't want to finish 5th, 6th, 7th, do you? I don't know. It's just I think that's what's done it, Gary. I agree. I think it is more about the tech and the tactics than the driver now. Where before you had to drive a car.
Yes.
You need to be a good driver, and they used to win. Now I think a lot of it is tech. I'm not saying Lewis.
Well, I think the trouble that's been over the last few years, if you're in front, it's really difficult to overtake the car in front of you because of the aerodynamics. You can't get close, but they're fixing that issue now.
Yeah, hopefully they've tried for years to fix it, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know.
Handy get better. Handy busy, please. I've ordered some items.
Yeah, not today, mate. I'm afraid.
Anyway, just to catch up with bits in here, we were talking about obviously mental health and things like that in the hobby, and I think they were talking about amongst themselves in here. I think it's great, you know. I think modelling is one of those things. It helps to concentrate, you know. So from a mental health point of view, for people, because they were talking about learning difficulties and stuff like that, I think it's a good way of, you know, keeping you focused on one thing.
Yeah.
It stops the mind from wandering off, you know, because it gives it a little bit of concentration and stuff like that. So I think it's a wonderful hobby from that type of thing, you know. And again, it's the type of thing you can pick up and put down.
Nice and relaxing as well.
Yeah.
Until you cock something up and
No, I think it's whatever you're building as well, isn't it? I think if you get something you're really into and you're really enjoying doing, you're in that zen, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, because the guy's saying, John's saying about his son's got ADHD and he loves building. And again, it's one of those things. We've spoken about it before. We've got some of our members and their kids who've got ADHD and stuff, and I've had them in here working and doing modelling as well. And it's great because it's funny, all of a sudden they just relax and calm.
Yeah.
You know, and it literally is like a button. You switch, because they've got a focus onto it and they absolutely really love it. And it is that thing. I think sometimes like autism and stuff like that isn't necessarily a bad thing, because it focuses you and concentrates on things, a lot more. So again, I know people with autism, had it for donkey's years, been diagnosed donkey's years, and they do modelling from it. But as I say, sometimes it'll work against them, but it's learning it and dealing with it. And especially in the hobby, because, I've got a friend of mine's got autism and he is a modeler, and he will go and he'll to be to this stage and then he'll bin it. And I will cry, but he is to that thing. But as he says, so he's binned off the model and all the rest of it, and he's walked away from it. But he's enjoyed every minute right up to there, But for whatever reason, that's been it. But he'll go off and build another one. It won't stop him, And it's like, I'm like, oh my God, But again, it's one of those things. As he says, he enjoys the building of it and doing it all. It doesn't matter if it finishes or not to him.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? I mean,
as long as he's enjoying it, I can't fault him a little iota,
Oh, I've said it loads of times. I enjoy the building and the painting and that. Once it's finished, I'm not interested in it. It's done.
Yeah.
It could literally go in the bin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be bothered. I'm not attached to it in any way. I mean, I think now and again there are a few kits that I finished and, probably proud of and happy with and stuff. But then in a month's time, and it's just another one to collect dust, isn't it? I mean, we're a bit fingered here because obviously we've got the cabinets and stuff, and I think it's nice for other people to see them if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
But before, they go in boxes. Like I said to you before, they went in plastic boxes and were stacked in the garage at home because I don't want them displayed. Well, Leslie was adamant they weren't going to be displayed around the house, and I don't think I'd want them displayed around the house. Mm-hmm. I think the only things I would actually display, if I could, would be my figures.
Yeah.
Like
I've always said with my builds, as I like now, I would hate anything to happen to it, but as soon as I got the photos and the video's done, at that point, even if it got dropped, it wouldn't matter because I've got everything I need. The trouble is, if it got destroyed now, I'd have to build another one to get to this stage to finish it.
Yeah. It's like Nathan with his Mark 1 Mary Rose.
Yeah.
He had actually nearly finished it, and he got the photos and stuff, and obviously then, it met a sticky end. But
I still think it was at a stage where he could have just called that done.
Yeah.
Got the photos and put them up and said, right,
but he's done it again, and he's done it different as well, though, hasn't he?
I think he obviously learned from that, because this time, like I said, he didn't use the photo etch because he couldn't be asked with it because it was a nightmare and didn't really bring anything to the kit and all the other bits and pieces. So in some ways, I think he probably enjoyed the second version a lot better than the first. So.
But yeah, I mean, if it helps people mentally or whatever, then it's all good, isn't it? It's not a bad thing. I don't think it's good.
Yes.
So it's definitely having a resurgence.
Yeah. Oh, I think again, it sounds horrible, but COVID has been absolutely fantastic for the hobby because the amount of new members we've had through this last couple of days since we've reopened the site, and the first thing they said is that I hadn't touched a kit for 35 years or 25 years, and then COVID, I had nothing else to do. I've been furloughed, so I've got into it. Obviously did the usual thing of looking around YouTube, came across us, got hooked on it, and now that's it. They're on it. So, but these are guys who probably would have never done it,
Like I said, if a percentage of people, when we do come out of this, stay with it, then that's a good thing, I think. Some people are going to go back to the other hobbies and normal life and not have the time, but, if we can keep a small percentage of people on board, it's some newbies and it's fresh blood, like you say, as well, isn't it, into the hobby. So I think it's quite addictive, isn't it, Andy, once you get into it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You eat fish and chips?
I don't know.
That'd be brilliant if she does.
I've got wraps tonight.
Have you got wraps tonight?
We're going for the Mexican effect.
Oh, I can't eat another thing, I don't think, at a minute.
No,
I'm all right. I might manage a sandwich later.
Chippy dinner. Chippy lunch.
Chippy lunch. Pat Friday, isn't it?
Pat Friday. Yeah.
Pat Friday.
Well, Matt did the one previous and the one previous, and I said I'll pay for this one, but we were out, and I've not bought any money or wallet with me.
Or his mask.
That old chestnut. Or a mask.
Well, the old phone went out.
Got the old tap. Somebody's put a massive picture up. Oh, it's a cobra.
Oh, that's the ICM Cobra, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
We went out at just after 11 to go and pick
Post office.
the post office.
Went to the post office, got rid of all the orders, and then while I was around, I said, right, I need to go get this engine from Joe. So while we're out, we'll go pick it up, and then Leslie will to say, oh, what we're having for dinner. So on the way back, pick some lunch up, didn't we?
I was expecting it to be a bit of a interlude between.
Like they said here, Phil, let's be honest, when COVID-19 happened, they said, stay at home. Us modelers were like, really? And?
What's changed?
I know, it's like my life just has not changed, so.
That's like having permission, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, carry on doing what you're doing. And instead of being told to get out and get some fresh air, stay in.
And probably like the more they stay at home with their other halves, the halves are glad that they've gone into the hobby room, shall we say, to get
that's it.
Get them out from under the feet.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that Cobra as well. I think it's going to be quite a cool thing. Like I said, I wish it was 35th, but it's not on everything, is it? It's one of them. Oh, I wish it was this scale, but no, I think it'd be all right. I think it'd be good. Might even tackle one.
Does the team think the interest in hobby might wane once COVID lockdown thing is over?
Well, I kind of answered that, didn't I? I said, like, you're going to get a percentage go back to golf and fishing and whatever else, because they can go out again. And I think, like we've said over the summer, I think if we are let out, people are let out and can have a bit more normality, there's going to be a drop in sales for us, aren't we? To be honest.
Yeah.
And we're expecting it because obviously people have been cooped up for a year and a half. People want to go out and do stuff, and that's understandable, completely understandable. But I think, again, if we've got a percentage who come back to it in winter when the nights draw in and we're back to...
Well, I'd say traditionally we always had this thing, and, I call it the doldrum, and we go along from like a yearly point of view. So if you go from Christmas, it's at the height of it right the way through, and then obviously we go sort of January, February, March, it's still quite busy and all the rest of it, and then you get to April and it starts to go off the cliff, as I call it, and then you get to literally May, first bank holiday. If you look at our statistics of people coming to the site and obviously things like that, it goes whoomp and it drops by half. So we will lose 50% of all the views and everything else that go, and then it plateaus, and then it just goes along the bottom, and then literally we get to just before Telford, because obviously that's when the resurgence tends to come through into November, and it's like October you see a little peak, it starts to come up, and then you get to Telford and it goes straight back up, and it literally does that the year. And it's done that for every single year since I've been doing this, apart from last year, and then into this year, because that plateau where it drops just never happened and actually went up. So it actually went up more than ever and then sort of rattled along, and it's been constant all the way through now. So we've had no sort of trough. The cliff never happened last year. So
just remember us all in the summer, where you put your nuts out for your birds in winter.
Yeah, it was in the summer.
Yeah, throw us some crumbs.
Come and buy some paint or some glue. Like I say, it'd be nice to get back to a bit of normality, I have to say.
I'd say they're saying about Telford should be a record year this year. My only worry about that is the Europeans not coming over because of the hassle with all of that. So, but yes.
Hopefully they might. We don't know. We've got to see what's on the guest list, won't we? When it comes up to who is coming and who isn't and stuff.
Decisions.
I just wish they'd move it to summer. Instead of a dreary grey November day, because every year it's the same, innit?
It is when you're walking across that car park.
I'll wake up in the morning and go to get your breakfast and it's raining, it's foggy, it's damp, it's cold.
Got a nice house again, haven't we?
We have.
Russell, which sim is that for? Is that Flight Sim?
It's
all right, he'll know.
Yeah, put some head on kit.
So, yes. Which one's it for? Phil, how does commission build work? Crikey, I haven't done any commission work for 10 years now. So yes, that was back in the day. I did it in the 90s and early 2000s. Stopped doing it in around about 2010. Oh right, okay. Strike Fighters 2. Didn't think I've never done that one. But it's again, it's one of those. I'm slightly out of my depth now. I don't know how the youth of today do commission work. The youths. But in my day, obviously, I had a client base, and we went through it like that. So normally, you've got an hourly rate that you put in. You know how many hours it's going to take you to build a kit. So give yourself normally 40 hours on a standard kit, and then obviously you've got your kit cost, and then your paint sundry cost on top. And then obviously your postage cost, and that's how it sort of works through on that one. And you go, but the world's a little bit different now. It seems to be that everyone's a professional model builder. If you look on eBay, there's all kits for sale on there, built, pro-built, and all of this. So, as I say, I'm glad I'm out of it now. I wouldn't want to be starting off doing commission work now. That's for certain.
It's like it when they say award-winning. You're thinking, where's
What,
it
you
been
got a Flory medal?
What competitions have they been to award-winning?
I don't know. It's just the spiel. It's always like a barn find, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's been stuck in a field for 40 years. It's rotted away. It's not a barn find. It's been near a barn, or stuck on something.
It wasn't
dry.
a dry barn. It was a wet, soggy, rotting barn.
Yeah, that's where. It's just sales pitching it.
Yeah, that's it. So,
I don't know. So,
anyway, that's a very long conversation. We will do that on another show. But
that is an old show, isn't it?
That is an old show. But I have videos on it as well. If you fully remember, have a look. I've done videos on how I got started into it and try and talk people through it back in the day. But that's a few years old now. I did that.
No. Don't we?
Hey?
So Gary's just put, Andy, you're an award-winning model. I said, where is your rosette? I'm going to have to get dusty off.
You ought to wear it. You should wear it.
Pin it up here, look. I'm going to have to pin his rosette.
Put it on the wall.
I don't know. We need to get you 109 in one of the cabinets. I think it's due a change, isn't
Gary, they only take the mick because they're jealous.
True. I've only entered one comp and got a... What did they get for it for Miss Sunderland at Huddersfield about 5 years ago? A commended in my class.
A video.
And he was the only one in it.
Yeah, probably was, yeah.
Under 14s.
Yeah. I don't know. Different thing in it, like comps and stuff. We said it before.
Yeah.
Different.
Not my thing.
Different thing. So, right, we're going to call it a day because I've got things to do.
We are. And yes, I will do the review of a Jackal as soon as we get them sorted, and I'll get one in and do a review of that because that's quite an interesting kit. Isn't it?
If you wanted one, I could send you one down if you'd have said.
Well, I'll order my own.
Sorted it. Package out this week anyway, don't we?
Yeah, we're going to do your care package, aren't we?
I was going to say, have you got one? Send it in with my care package.
Yeah.
I thought we saved one for him anyway. I thought we were going to send him one, didn't
What, a Jackal?
Yeah.
Don't know. I like look at that Jackal, I've got to say. I'll have it back when you fingered it, if you review that.
Cool. All right, we'll do that.
I think it looks cool. Mind you, you'll probably, I want to build that.
Yeah, that's it. It'll go very nice with the M-wrap. It'll go nice with the M-wrap, that will.
After doing the M-wrap, I don't think it would.
It's not that complicated. It's not a nut and bolt restoration, is it? So.
Yes.
All right.
Right. Okay, dokie then. We will call it quits there. Don't forget, we're back with you tomorrow night at 7:30 live across the old interweb. So for the auction, if you do want to get involved with that, I've said before, when's your cut-off point for your pre-bids, Andy?
Now. We've got to give time.
Have them done by tomorrow morning because I'm not touching them now.
Right. Okay, so you've got till tomorrow morning. If you've got any pre-bids, you want to bid anything from the auction, which we had up here somewhere.
So we said do you want time 10 o'clock? 9 o'clock? And then
before 12. Before midday.
So before midday, get your pre-bids in if you want to bid for anything for that one. Remember, you've got to be a member. We've shown you how to get hold of Andy. You can put it in there. Or if not, you can bid live with us. We get the clock set up and all the rest of it. Get a few drinks. It'll be absolutely cracking job on that one. Right, so what we're going to do is leave you with this week's work, which is a bit of a montage of the last couple of weeks because we haven't done a gallery reveal for you. I've got to find the reveal thing here. So the guys will have to be quiet for a couple of minutes just whilst this plays out.
We'll mute.
Oh, you're going to mute. Okay, fair enough. Right, so until obviously Saturday, if we don't see you before. If not, we'll catch it again next week, everybody. So happy modelling. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
said